toughest strongman in history, right here.
It's not a beauty contest. This is Strongman.
Have to be alive if you can't do Deadlift. And away we go!
Hi there, welcome to the Giants Live podcast with Darren Sadler and Terry Hollands. And today we're joined by the legend of Deadlift, Andy Bolton.
Thank you very much, guys. Very good, very good.
Nice to have you here, mate. I haven't seen you for a while.
No, I'm excited to talk about this deadlift competition.
Yeah, we thought we'd get you on because obviously people sort of respect your opinion on the deadlift. You've been the first guy to pull £1,000 and you know, you've never been shy to tell people what you think, have you? Let's be honest.
No. Well, sometimes it's insane, doesn't it, a little bit, you know?
So, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I mean, so we're pretty close now to World Deadlift Championships, Mutant World Deadlift Championships, 6th of September. We've got a hell of a lineup, and this week we had a guy last weekend pulling 480 kilos. Yeah. Which, you know, a guy called Raul Flores from Mexico. So we give him a wildcard invite, just because you can't ignore these things, can you? You know.
No. Is he just doing the deadlift?
He's just doing the deadlift. I looked on his Facebook, I think it was, and he looks like he's doing a bit of strongman. He has done a few competitions, but I believe, looking at it, that he's a deadlift specialist now. But with that sort of baseline strength.
And only 25 as well.
Yeah, I mean,
it's nuts.
Sky's the limit, really.
Yeah.
I think he wants to do strongman. I mean, I don't think I've ever known anybody come into strongman with a potential 500 kilo deadlift.
No, not at that age. There's nobody. I mean, how old were Eddie when he did 500 kilos?
I think
26, 27.
Yeah. But I mean, this guy is immense. He's a big guy, and he just seems to just come on the scene. Yeah. Real nice plate, sort of gentle giant.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to see what he can do. We were just chatting earlier, and obviously the worry is he's attempted 500 kilo and failed it, but he got it to his knees.
Yeah.
How's that going to affect him? I mean, I think I've been speaking to him anyway, and obviously invited him over, and he has said, look, you know, I have just pulled this weight, so this isn't ideal for me.
Yeah.
But, you know, he can't regret doing it because that's what's got him in front of, you know, the crowds, I suppose.
Well, it puts him on the platform as well, doesn't it? In terms of, like, people will see him. He's still going to lift a big weight, I'm sure. Whether it's 480 again or not, it's another matter because obviously he has just done it. But it still puts him in front of people's eyes, pulling a big number, obviously. And then next year, hopefully, he can peak properly and come in and maybe pull something massive. But, Andy, I mean, obviously, you're the expert when it comes to deadlifting. How much effect do you think that would have, like, being he's only just done it 2 weeks ago?
I think it'll have a big effect, to be honest. I mean, he's only 25, so he's got recovery on his side age. But 480, I mean, how many people can do that? That's third biggest pull of all time.
So would it be, it would about 3 weeks to recover, basically?
And you're looking at, the stress on his body.
Yes, I mean, that's a good point there. There's only actually 2 people that have gone over that, which is Eddie and Thor. I mean, the only thing I'll say is, one, like you say, is young. Yeah. So you do when you're 25, you recover fast.
Yeah.
He's probably just doing literally nothing now to get ready for this.
He needs to be doing nothing. Yeah. If he's doing anything, it's going to dig into him even more. But I think
just a bit of light physio, maybe something like that.
Yeah, but that age, pulling that a few weeks ago, potentially this guy is the man who can push these numbers to.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm excited about is, we've got him a bit late this year. What can the guy do next year?
Yeah.
And the other thing I'll say is, obviously, yes, it's not ideal. You know, with that short amount of time out, we even questioned Thor's gap between doing the Eisenhower and this.
Yeah.
But Thor did 460 for 2 last week, like a machine. You know,
that was ridiculous, wasn't it?
But Raul's got an even, lower resting time.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, he's never been in front of a massive crowd before, and there's going to be, 8,000 or 9,000 people there. So it's like, can that lift him up to do something?
That gives you a massive amount. I mean, the biggest pulls I was doing in the gym before big lifts, 350, in front of a big crowd, got 100 kilos more in the day. The energy of that amount of people, if he's not used to that, it could still pull something special.
Yeah,
potentially.
Do you think the attempt at 500 would have taken as much out of him as a 480?
Yeah, if you fail a lift, it's all out. You give everything plus more because you couldn't complete the lift. A 480 good lift won't take as much out of you as a 500 to your knees.
Yeah.
Because you've give it everything plus what you haven't got, it hasn't gone. So you've gone to all out max.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at 25, you've probably got that sort of ignorance of youth a little bit, where it's like, oh, you know, I've done 480, I just want to go for it. And I mean, fair play to him. He did have a good crack at 500.
Well, I mean, Benny got it to his knees years ago. Hooper got it to his knees. Macroft's had a couple of goes in, got it quite far up his leg, but he's sort of up there with, other than Eddie and Thor, sort of the closest not to do it, if that makes sense.
I think also, because of his age, he's no respect for the weight. So he doesn't realise what weights these are. When you get older, you start getting nervous of the weights. They scare you a little bit. They don't care who you are, what mindset you've got. At 25 years old, he'll just go in there and just have a go.
Yeah.
There's not to lose.
No.
So anything could happen with him.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously, like I said, I've been chatting to him, but he's very excited about this.
Yeah,
He's like, this is a big thing for him. And I really like that. You know, I mean, I think sometimes some of these guys take it for granted, these big shows.
Yeah.
Whereas he's like, he can't believe that he's coming to a Giants Live next week, you know, and it's really nice. It's sort of refreshing.
Yeah.
And it was his dream, you know.
Well, Strongman's not that big in Mexico at the minute, is it? I mean, you know, I don't know how big it is, but we've not had a lot of good Mexican strongman coming through. And the fact that we've got, you know, this new guy who looks like he's got a hell of a lot of potential, especially when it comes to deadlifting. I mean, it opens the sport up to another avenue as well, doesn't it? Which I think, so he's, you know, almost he's in a position where he could help push the sport on as well.
Without a doubt, yeah.
I mean, is this guy somebody we've talked about before?
No.
Before this pulse? Has nobody known about him?
I mean, not us. I mean, maybe we're in the dark. I don't know.
Yeah, because people pulling this sort of weight, it normally gets out there. You know, so these kids come from nowhere.
I think I got sent a video of him a while ago doing like 440 a while ago. I'm sure I did. But you know yourself, the difference between 440 and 480. I know it's 40 kilos, but it's a big...
Yeah.
That can be a lifetime of training to put on that 40 kilos.
It's massive.
And then someone told me, I don't know how true it is, but he only put a suit on in April. He only got a suit in April.
Jesus.
So he won't even be using that properly yet.
No, he won't. And if is he a big guy?
He's big, yeah. He looks big.
Yeah.
He looks huge. Yeah.
So if he gets, I mean, a suit that's too tight, you know, Terry, I know it can put you off. If he gets the suit at the right tightness, uses it for him rather than fighting against it.
Yeah.
Potentially, he's some big deadlifts to come.
So, that's exciting to see what he does. So going back through deadlift history, I've got a little list down here, I won't lie, they're not all coming straight out my brain. So going back 1981, in the IPF, to be fair to Kazmaier, 402.5, this is in a full meet, no straps or anything like that. I don't know about suits back then in IPF, I'm not sure.
Not really, I don't think.
I think that's just literally
the suits you're talking about, if there was a suit, it's like a tight singlet today.
Yeah.
It's not the suits you know.
And I believe, talking to Bill, I think Bill did do sort of around the 410 mark, which you're on about in the early 80s is massive.
Yeah.
There was a few sort of big numbers lifted after then, like I think Kaz did about 430 odd on a partial silver dollar. There was the South African Badenhorst. He did a big deadlift on the Flintstones.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to put those as a record, and I'm not saying they weren't that weight, but it's like Flintstone bars and things like that.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one, but, you know, big respect to them. And then we jumped to 2006, first man to pull £1,000.
Yep.
Andy Bolton.
Yeah, I think I took the record from 419, which was Gary Heisey, American powerlifter, 6'6" guy, and I chipped it up over the next few years to that first £1,000 in 2006.
And then you also in 2009 did 457.
Yep, did you?
So again, chipping it up there. Then we get to Benedict Magnusson 460 in 2011. So there's quite a gap there again. So you had that for quite a few years, probably 5 years.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, there was nobody around until Benny come.
Yeah, and Benny was so impressive. He was, and again with Benny, we talked about this the other day with Benny. I don't think I've ever met a guy that can get. You know when people say about getting in that place of in another planet lifting, Benny could just turn it on. He used to go mental, not in a bad way. He used to really be able to get himself in a place to be able to pull a lot of weight. Because he's quite a chilled, sort of relaxed guy. Yeah. And he flicked this switch, Jesus, and then the weight had fallen.
No, he's not like it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I haven't.
But I think Bennett could as well pulled over that 500 kilos. I just think we've seen him train. He was never really consistent enough.
I've never seen anything like it.
And he went from struggling with 300, 340 to 380 for reps in a matter of weeks.
When he got after that, it went Benedict Magnussen 2014 in Headingley.
Yeah.
When I put the show on in Leeds, there, Europe's Strongest Man. You competed at that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Eddie Hall. And I think Hapthor and everyone was there, but Hapthor was very early days. Hapthor, to be fair.
Yeah, he was.
And he pulled 461, broke his own record. Benedict probably a bit older there, and obviously when he was training over in Iceland, it was his only goal, if you like. Then Eddie broke it at Giants Live, which was at the Arnold Classic in Melbourne, in front of Arnold. He broke it in 2015 with 462, so up by another kilo.
Yeah. That
takes us to 2016, where it actually went to 465 that night. Eddie pulled it, Benedict pulled it, and Jerry.
Pritchett, yeah.
So, I mean, I think that was a hell of a night when you think that record got broken 4 times, because after that Eddie pulled 500.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's ever... I mean, imagine if next Saturday night the deadlift gets broken 4 times. That's not going to happen, is it?
No, I mean, that was definitely... I mean, much like with Andy's lift, I think Eddie's and Andy's are sort of similar in the respect that they push boundaries beyond like what anyone thought was possible.
Big number, £1,000.
Yeah, at the time, and then now Eddie's 500 broken that barrier. Now they're just chipping their way past it.
Yeah. And then obviously Thor in lockdown pulling 501 out of competition, and I know there's been loads of stuff said about that, but it was a hell of a lift.
There was no choice.
He had no choice.
It was at the time.
That's it. It's the world was a strange place then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, and I always think it's still a 501 deadlift.
That's it,
and no one's ever, I don't think any of us are ever questioning the weight that he lifted at all.
No.
Like, far from it.
No, definitely not.
And obviously, with COVID and stuff, it was a bit of a trick.
When I was one of them guys who I didn't like it because I always do my lifts in competition. But then as it's gone on and thought about it more, what could he do? Wait a couple of years and peak again. It ain't something you just do when you feel like it.
I don't think anyone liked it. I'm sure even he didn't like having to do it like that, because at the end of the day, he would have probably come to World Deadlift Championships. So I know there was a show planned in Bahrain, I think he was going to do it. So it's like, I'm sure he would have rather done that and done it in front of thousands of people and got some money for it. But this is life, that's what happens. And then we come to 505 a few weeks ago at the Eisenhower. Thor pulled it, I think, relatively easy there. Obviously, there was a bit of a platform problem, but he did it even in those circumstances.
He adapted in the moment, and that shows the class of a lifter, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a bit about it, didn't we, about whether he could recover in time, and then last week he does that nuts 460 for 2, and
I think that answered that question.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it didn't even look like he was struggling. But I think what we were talking about with the peaking earlier, you watch Thor's lifts, he never like grinds a lift out in training.
That's the key.
Yeah.
People today, I want to hit 460s, I want to do 500 on day, but the 460 is a grind. So just because you've done 460 on paper doesn't mean you can do 500. The way Thor did it, when he did his 480, I actually posted to him, commented, I just thought that might have been a bit much. Before I'd seen the video, this was just the title, Thor pulls 480.
Yeah.
I've watched the 480 and I messaged him back, I said, forget what I said, I know nothing. Because that was so easy.
Yeah.
Now that's our way it should be.
There was no doubt.
If you're going to do a world record attempt, not grind.
I remember saying years ago when, I think it was when Benny was trying to, train for 500. There was a few years where he was going to come back and do 500. To me, if you're going to do 500... like weeks out, you need to be doing some reps on 450, 460 easily.
Definitely, and easy.
Yeah, and then maybe a month or 6 weeks out.
Yeah, definitely.
And then coming back down, which is sort of what Thor's done, but he's done it closer. But Thor obviously recovers really fast.
And he does, because a week out he did 400.
Yeah.
Now I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
A week out, you don't need to do that, but then he pulls 505 like that.
Yeah.
It was mad though, wasn't it? Because Thor obviously posted the 460 for 2, and then literally, I think it was about half an hour later, Rauno Heinler pulls 460 for 2 as well.
I was sat with my son, and I said, he said, that's unbelievable. I said, well, that's a world record, 460 for 2. No one's ever done that before. And then he goes like this, flicks along on his Facebook, and Heinler 460 for 2.
Yeah.
So then Heinler, let's move on to that. He's wanting to do 480 for a new Masters record, and he's looking on course for that. He's lifted quite close to where he's going to end.
Maximum's quite, maybe, I don't know, just maybe overcooked a little bit, maybe just done a little bit too much in training.
He's a bit older.
A little bit older. No doubt in the power, he has pulled 476.
Yeah.
Incredible power, but he's not the heaviest guy.
No.
I think it's more about the timing.
Does that go back to what we were just talking about with, like, you want your lifts to be smooth?
Yeah.
Did you sort of look at it, maybe that 460 for 2 and think maybe, because the second one obviously was touch and go, but the first rep, maybe that was a little bit, just a tiny bit too much of a grind?
I think so. Another 10 kilos, 15 kilos lighter.
Yeah.
Move quicker, saves the energy, builds the confidence. When you're pushing 460 for 2 and the second one's like that, where's your head at now going into the competition if that's been in training only a few weeks before?
Yeah.
But Hyler does usually turn up.
He does, and he's a grinder, and he does pull big. He's used to pulling big weights. But we're going to see.
Yeah.
We'll see next week.
Definitely interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, for doing that as a Masters, and how old is he? I think he's well into Masters. Isn't he?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure exactly. I think he's 2 years younger than me, so he'd be like 44.
Yeah.
Pretty much same age as me and you.
But to be pulling that sort of weight at 480 is mental.
I couldn't even pull that in my prime years.
Crazy.
See, we're talking about him grinding a 460 for 2. It's 460. We're talking
I
like
saw
it's
a comment.
just a number.
Comment griefing him saying, "Oh, it was touch and go." I'm like, really?
It's 460.
It's 460, touch and go.
It doesn't matter how he's done
I don't care. If you did it on a bouncy castle, it doesn't matter to me.
I think that's something that's definitely happened over recent years with Strongman, especially the fan base. I mean, we all get it still. They expect you almost to be doing... And I think there's a lot of pressure on the guys now with social media. They have to post these big numbers because people don't really understand that most of your work's done at sort of 80% of your max almost.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think people forget, and me and you had this conversation a long time ago, people forget how heavy 300 kilos is.
Yeah.
And now they've forgotten how, 400 is our opener, and everyone will do it. And it's like, when I was competing, I remember doing 400 kilos, and I knew everyone had done 400 kilos.
Yeah.
And now, if someone turned up to a powerlifting meet and did 400 kilos, it was like, oh my God, this guy's unbelievable. Whereas now, it's like everyone's doing 400 kilos.
There's juniors in powerlifting doing that weight now.
Yeah.
IPF.
It's crazy.
So there's been a few big lifts this recent week as well. Paddy just did 430.
Yeah.
Again, maybe did 420, I think 2 weeks ago, 430 this week. Maybe a little bit too close, potentially. I don't know.
I think I'm going to put a 440 in the show. So he's probably going to go 400, 425, 440, and then £1,000. But I think the 440 is needed to split people up that are going into the rest of the show.
I agree.
People like your Paddies and...
Gav Bilton as well.
Yeah, Gav. I mean, I think Gav on a really good day is capable of £1,000.
I agree.
But on a bad day, he's not.
Yeah.
So will Gav go 440, which I believe he will get, or will he? And probably knowing Gav, he'll just go for it and go for £1,000.
What's Gav's PB in competition?
Well, he did 425, which is a Welsh record. He did that over in Cardiff, I believe. And I think he might have done that twice with us.
Yeah, because he had a good crack at the £1,000.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
But he seems to be on form at the minute.
He's just tripled 430.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So if that hasn't taken much out of him, then £1,000 should
it's doable,
be there,
yeah. Well, that'll be interesting, and that'll be a Welsh record as well,
Yeah.
And you think about, Welsh record doesn't sound a lot, but when you're following people like Gary Taylor and things like that,
massive,
who is the men's deadlifter. So we've got other people in there as well. Austin Andre, he locked out 470 at Vegas, but then fell over with it. Yeah. And his training partners are telling me that he's like way stronger now.
I think he's great. I mean, Austin's brilliant strongman and really sort of been a breath of fresh air since he's come into the sport. I'm like mega impressed with him. I think he's definitely like a top guy now in any show he does. And I think if he's got stronger, like you said, he locked out that 470 last year, just fell over at the last second. If he's got stronger, I mean, maybe, who knows? What jumps will we do after the £1,000, or will we just assess it on the night?
No, I'm going to put we're on a group, all the guys, so I'm going to put it out there today anyway and make sure everyone's happy with it. But I'm putting more in because there's going to be more than one platform. We can do that. So I think probably £1,000, which is that 453.
453. Oh, yeah, 453.
Yeah, and then we'll go 470, and then probably 480, and then probably straight to 510. Because I think the 470 covers people like, maybe Austin, depending on where he is. 470, 480. but they're going to the rest of the show. Adam Bishop, 470, 480.
There's quite a few of them around that sort of mark.
Yeah. So I think that the people that are carrying on to the rest of the show might want to play it safe and not go for 480. I think Thor's probably going to go 470. So we put that in, and then it'll just split them up a little bit. But I think if you go from 425 to 453,
it's a big jump.
It's a big jump. So putting the 440 in the middle, I think it'll split people up as well.
Good move is that, to be honest.
I definitely think, because you'll get that split of the guys. So then, obviously, they're not all just tied on points going into the rest of the show. It does make sense.
That's more for the Open Championships because obviously, those guys are wanting to do well at that. Let's not forget that's also a World Strongest Man qualifier for 2026. So some of them are there for that as well.
It's a good idea because you take Thor out of it, over 500. Everybody else is battling for the full show.
Yeah.
So they'll separate points, don't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, you've got so many people on set points and so many people on set points.
I mean, the only thing that I think might change it is probably someone like Austin if he turns up and he does a really fast 480, or Raoul if he did a 480 and got in the moment and thought, right, I want to go for 500 again. You never know.
Yeah.
But I think we need to set these weights before, and then everyone knows.
But the thing is, if you do a fast 480, I don't think you're going to be moving 500.
No.
I mean, nobody does that.
No. Well, he tried.
460.
He tried last week.
480 is going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Because you've let it all go on the 480.
It'll be interesting to see what he does. I think he definitely deserves a chance, and you always get people moaning that this person should be invited and this person should be invited, but it just proves, if you're good enough, people see.
Yeah, you've got to prove it, and you've got to put it out in training and put it out there.
I wrote a comment on the Giants Live post, because obviously I am aware, like we chat quite a bit, you are aware of people, not just yourself, but all the Giants Live crew, they do see these things. So if people are doing great things, they will get opportunities.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
But it's got to separate them from who's there now.
Do you know,
430, 430 pull isn't going to launch you at that level. You've got to be doing like he's done a 480.
Yeah.
People take notice of that.
I know
430 pull is not. It's good.
Yeah.
It's not going to launch you onto that stage.
No. And I know this sounds really bad and controversial. Probably get stick for it, but I get people even like £1,000 saying, "Oh, this guy can do £1,000." Well, the problem is with that, and this is a crazy thing to say, I know it is, but there's loads of them doing £1,000 now. Most of them in the show do £1,000.
You had 7 in one competition I was a few years back.
And they're stronger now.
1,000 and stronger now.
Yeah. So it's like, the problem is, there's the rest of the show as well.
Yeah.
So the reality of it is, unless you're pulling towards the 500, it's a bit like the log. People say, oh, this guy can do 200, you invite him to log championships. Well, there's a lot of them doing 200.
Yeah.
And they're not classed as log specialists.
Yeah.
To get a specific invite to that, you really need to be doing 220.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
we've invited the Englishman...
Jack Osborne.
Jack Osborne, because he's done...
215?
Yeah, and he's capable of 220. Again, if we see that, and it's like, right, you can't deny this guy.
Yeah.
He's not going to, wow anybody in the rest of the show. He's a log specialist. And he truly is.
Yeah.
He might be a guy that in 2 years' time can challenge Bibby,
Yeah. So, I mean, so going into the rest of the show, we haven't even talked about him yet, Evan.
Yeah. I mean...
Where do we think he'll be at on the deadlift, and is that going to be enough to sort of put him in a good position for the rest of the show? Is he going to be battling with Thor?
I think if he's sensible, Evan will do £1,000 and then leave it. And then just because that'll get him the points.
That's all he'll need.
Yeah.
Because he seems to be on fire right now. A few years ago, his head to me was a little bit erratic, but he seems more comps I've seen him do. He's more composed. He's learning. He's getting a bit older. He's starting. He's won Shaw Classic.
Yeah.
He's starting to come into form.
Definitely.
And he doesn't have to overdo that deadlift.
But do you think £1,000 will be enough? Because if you look at it and go like Austin, Bish, we've got quite a few guys.
Yeah.
Rauno, Thor, we've got a few guys that will go beyond that, probably.
But then again, if he does 1,000, that's where you jump. So what's the next jump after 1,000?
470.
For another 15 kilos more?
Yeah.
Is he going to be able to do that to gain a point?
If you get a load of split points on 1,000, though, and then 470 might gain you 3 or 4 points more.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I'll say on that is Evan's got some good events here.
He has.
He's got good events. And I mean, to me, obviously Thor's coming back. Bish looks really good at the minute. He looks so strong. But I think everyone, I know the fans that say who's going to win. Is it going to be Thor? Is it going to be Evan? I think what I will say is that if Thor won this show and pulled 5'10", I cannot think of a better day that someone has had in Strongman.
No, I mean, he's capable of it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but Evan's coming in with a lot of form at the minute, so he's going to be up against it for the rest of the show.
Definitely.
But Thor is capable.
But Thor seems to deal with them big deadlifts so well, and he recovers so fast.
He does, yeah.
I mean, he isn't in a mess after a big deadlift.
But
he could do the full combo. He's so big. Recovery seems to be so good. I'm not saying he's going to win, but he could push Evan.
Well, if he did win, you tell me when someone has performed like that, pulled a world record deadlift and gone on to win a show.
It don't happen.
I just don't know it.
Don't happen. No, don't happen.
But like you said, he does seem to like. I know when I've done big deadlifts and not talking about big Thor's doing, but when I've gone for those massive lifts, I'm like in bits afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, like my hips all messed up and.
Well, all your body parts that are using a deadlift, it's all what you can use again in strongman. Your hamstrings, your lower back.
Yeah. Well, especially with the events after the power stairs and.
But his recovery is
and he's so
level.
strong as well. You think if he gets to things like the power stairs where the other guys are fatigued, and obviously for him it's such light weights for him in that sort of position.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So maybe
he might.
He's running at a lower capacity, at a lower percentage of what he's capable of on those events.
Yeah, is there a theory of if you just pulled 5'10", everything after that's going to feel like nothing?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
140 kilo
his
sack.
His power stairs, his height.
Yeah.
It's going to be like nothing to him, is it?
It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see.
I think.
But how big has he got? How big is he now? Is he big?
He's about 200 kilos.
So he's moving. What's he like at moving at that weight?
It's quite mad to think, isn't it? He's just he's in pretty good shape at 200 kilos. It's
he can
mental.
still make abs, can't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he'll be all right. Just fine.
Yeah. I can't even make abs at 155 at the minute.
But you know what? Evan will be excited for the battle, I think. Evan will be up for it. Definitely.
And there's a list of other people that we can't count out as well, so it's going to be interesting. Please comment below if you think, if you agree with us of anything or disagree with us. And tune into the live stream Saturday the 6th. I think it starts at 5 p.m. And let's see if we can see some big deadlifting.
History
we're definitely going to see some big deadlifts. Whether we'll see a world record, I mean, I think we will. Personally.
I think we will.
And I think that we'll see a number of guys going over 1,000. I think we could see a Masters record.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see some massive lifts, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant.
Cool. Cheers, guys.
That's 510 kilo deadlift.
It just blows my mind even still now.
Yeah,
but he's definitely capable. There's no doubt about it.
Tune in and see.
Yeah,
brilliant.